This instructional video is for students working with chalk pastels. I have a set of Blick square pastels. They're chalk from Blick Art Materials. You probably want to have a piece of scrap paper handy so that you can protect the areas you're not working on, because otherwise your hand can smudge and your sleeve can get in the work. I would probably roll my sleeves up, and I would also have a piece of tissue handy. The first thing I want you to try is do about 3 to 4 layers of like 2 or 3 different colors that should be similar. So I'll pick, I have a blue color here, and I'm gonna break it in half. All right, because I actually don't like working with the big sticks. I like to be able to use it on the side. So I'm gonna do on the side a blue, and then I'm going to pick, let's say, like a peachy color here maybe, or a pink. I'll do a red. So I have a little bit of a red. Now before you use your pastels, you should clean them so that it doesn't have other colors on it. And then maybe a white or an off-white. Another way, and I'm going to clean my materials here, is blending with your finger. So I'll just add 2 different tones here of blue. So first thing is you add the color, and then you can blend it. Now you might need a little more tone on there. Sometimes I see that students just don't have enough material, and that's why they struggle with blending, and it kind of looks just very thin, more like this area. So that means you just need more art material on there. Okay, so you could blend with your finger, you could blend with the side of the pastels using layering techniques. And the other thing I want to talk to you about is you can use the pastels on the side or the point. So you want to keep that in mind and how that could, affect the work that you're doing. Okay, so the mark making. Hatching and cross hatching. It's a great way to build up values. So I'm gonna say, why don't you pick like maybe 3 colors and just start mixing. Try hatching on one side and maybe try cross hatching on the other. Again, cross hatching is a really great way to build up value and to layer. It's an excellent layering technique. Don't forget to clean your pastels. I know you can't quite see what I'm doing, but I have on the side here a towel that before I use it, I wipe it off. So I kind of just am cleaning it before I use it. Okay, that's really important because you might get a color you don't like. Scumbling and pointillism. Similar to the work we did with pencil, scumbling is, making sort of purposeful scribbles to develop a form. It's a great way to add texture to a work. You guys are also going to want to keep in mind the color theory that we've started to learn about. Think about how colors work together and how complements make browns. So orange and blue might make a brown. So I used these 2 colors, like a yellow orange. And it's something that you might want to create a neutral, but you might not want it. So just keep in mind, what is the color that you want to achieve? Do you want it to stay vibrant and bright, or do you want it to become a shadow and be neutral? So scumbling, and then pointillism. Pointillism is a lot of fun for texture as well. You can do, it's just making little dots and building up value that way. There's a lot of ways to use pastels, chalk pastels. I personally like doing like a watercolor wash and like maybe adding some soft pastels on top. I actually have a few paintings I'm going to do that with and then call it a day because they'll be done. I have no problem mixing media to get the desired effect. I am definitely not somebody who is like, it's only going to be watercolor. If I decide I want to add pen and ink on top, I'll add pen and ink on top. If I decide I want to add pastels on top, I'll do that. So you are the artist. You can mix media. You can decide how you use these medias. Now, obviously, some medias don't work well together. Like, I would probably not use oil pastels and chalk pastels together. Keep them separate. But some do work well together. Okay, so the last one I just started talking to you about, which is try adding over a wash of watercolor. Now, before I started this video, I did a thin wash of a yellow, and I thought it might be nice to add a little pastel on top. Sometimes adding watercolor wash is a great way to kind of get rid of the white of the paper and give you a starting point. You know, I can maybe add just a nice little soft tone here and there, and it might be the exact look that I want to achieve. And maybe even add some white in there. Especially I'm thinking like a stormy day, storm clouds, or like a sunset sky, where you sometimes have that beautiful purple mixed in with the water, like with the softer orange. So that's kind of what my thinking was with adding that purple, like a soft sunset sky. And I think having the watercolor wash was nice. Now the watercolors I used for that were Crayola watercolors. I think they were like $3 at the dollar store. Really wasn't very expensive. And this was probably a little bit more expensive. I'm not sure because it was in the school, but I would say probably like $15. But they do make smaller sets, and you can get pastels that are cheaper, like in the kids section where they sell supplies. Crayola makes a nice little pastel set that works very well. All right, so have fun, get your exploration done. If you don't have watercolor, then don't worry about this. Maybe just try blending like this without, try making like a sky without the watercolor wash. So we'll say that one, the watercolor is optional, because I'm not sure what you have at your house. But if you have it, give it a shot. It's kind of lovely. Now, caution. A lot of powder. Do not do this on a carpet. Do not do this on your bed. Do not do this on a tablecloth that you're going to get in trouble for. Make sure that you have something, you talk to your parents and show them this video and let them know, like, okay, I'm using pastels. Where can I work? You might have to put down some newspaper.